Hello and congratulations on getting access to this video course on learning how to speed up your WordPress site. Now, there are a lot of different advantages to speeding up your site in pertaining to user experience and, of course, to getting better rankings with Google and other search engines. So that's what we're going to be covering in this video course. So this is video number 1, which is the introduction and getting started. So first things first, I want to talk about mindsets because I'm a big believer of getting in the right mindset before you get started. So knowing that this is a constant ongoing process is key. You're not going to be able to finish everything all in one day. In fact, speeding up your website, there are so many different variables, different elements. In fact, we're just going to focus on a few, but we're going to focus on the big ones that will help you speed up your whole site, typically about anywhere from 50 to 75%. Now, this is an ongoing process, and I want you to know that. It's like getting a car, a brand new car. You're going to need to constantly maintain it. So just remember that it takes baby steps to complete each and one of these, so don't get overwhelmed. Get a few steps done first, move on, and go from there. So with that said, what I want to do now is give you a quick overview of what's inside this video course. Video number 1 is the introduction, obviously, this video here. Video number 2 is we're going to talk about the advantages of fast site speed. So we talked briefly about the search engine ranking and of course the user experience, but we'll talk more about that in depth. Video number 3, we're going to talk about reasons why your site is slow. So although obviously in order to learn how to speed up your site, we need to get you to understand what is slowing your site down. And you might have already seen this, you just didn't know how to speed it up. Or you might have observed this, but you didn't know what was going on. So now you will know. Video number 4, we're going to talk about too much in your site, meaning things in your site, plugins, things that are slowing it down that you could potentially remove. Video number 5, we're going to talk about, is your web host slowing you down? Which definitely a lot of web hosting companies, not the company itself, but the plan that you might be on might be slowing you down. In fact, I've talked to several businesses about this, and many of them did not know that their web hosting plan was actually slowing them down about 50%. In video number 6, we're going to talk about image optimization. So in other words, compressing your images so that they load fast. And video number 7, we're going to talk about parasite protection. Yes, indeed, there are parasites out there. In other words, people who are possibly linking to you or even hijacking your site or using your resources. How do you protect against them? Video number 8, we're going to talk about caching. And of course, video number 9, we're going to talk about content delivery networks, which will help people around the globe access your website at a faster rate. And I'll talk more about why not having a content delivery network will actually slow down your user experience. All right, so before we move on to video number 2, let's talk about what you need to have in hand. Obviously, this is made for WordPress sites. You can take this information and the concepts that I'm giving you and apply that to a non-WordPress site, but I'm going to give you specifics in relation to WordPress. And of course, web hosting specifically for WordPress sites, we'll discuss this later, and you'll need to have a cPanel for hotlink protection. Most hosts provide cPanel. If you're not using cPanel, then most likely you do have hotlink protection on it that is typically built in. And of course, you will need to have extra money for possible content delivery networks and image optimization. So let's move on to video number 2.